How's it going? Today, I want to talk to you guys about this Bible verse that was on my daily devotional this morning, and it's Proverbs 16:9. We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. This to me is a really deep and powerful verse because, we might have our own plans, but in the end, God's plan is always going to be better than our plan, right? And us humans, we think we know it all, right? We think, when we follow our plans, we'll succeed and everything, life's going to be amazing. Life's going to be somehow different than it already is and better. However, as someone who's tried to follow his own plans, it never ends up working because we don't see the future, right? We don't know the future, but God knows our future and he knows what's going to happen. So that's why we have to trust him because he knows the future. We don't. Our plans might, flop. And sometimes, they might succeed if it's God's will. But we only know, if it's God's will if, he shows that to us or he makes that clear. And Proverbs 19:21 says, "Many are the plans in the mind of man, but it's the purpose of the Lord that will stand." Right? God's purpose ultimately is the purpose that's going to stand, right? God's plan is the one that's ultimately going to succeed, no matter how hard we try to resist. Think about, what's the guy's name in the Bible? The one that got eaten by the fish. Jonah, I think. I forget. So sorry if I said that wrong, but basically what happens is God tells him to go to the city of Nineveh, which is an evil city, and it's the enemy city of his city. And he tells him to go and preach the word, right? Preach to them. But he says, "No, Lord, I'm not going to." And he tries to do his own plans and run away, right? And then he ends up getting eaten by a fish. For 3 days, he was in the belly of the fish. Then he got spit out. And he says, "You know what, God? I'm going to follow your plans because clearly mine are not working out." And so, we can say all this stuff about follow God's plans, but what does his plan look like? Well, Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future." See, God's plans, they might seem bad in the moment. Oh, you might be missing out on something. But, long term, his plans are so much better. His plans, even short term, are better, right? You might miss out on something or one door closes, then another door opens. An example I have for this is, I've used it before, is when the beginning of this summer, I was applying for a job at this food kitchen, right? And even if I got the job, I would be working, not very long, but instead, I didn't get the job. Instead of pouting or anything, I trusted God. I said, "God, I trust you to provide me with another opportunity." And he did. He provided me with a way better job. I got way more hours. And actually, my friend who got the first job, he made half as much as me this summer. So, and that's not a flex or anything. I'm not trying to flex. I'm just saying, God's plan is better, right? So, part of God's plan is being able to trust in God's plan. And so trust obviously takes time to build, but when we trust God, our lives will be transformed. Your life will be transformed. My life has been transformed, and your life can be transformed. So I encourage you guys, trust God, believe in his plan, and your life will change. Love you guys.